What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero. Welcome back to Let's Play 99 Blind. In the last episode, we solved the shower room puzzle and made our way out into this novel segment where we've regrouped with everyone. And, Lotus, at the very least, is not too happy with Junpei. But now I think we're figuring out where we're going to go from here. And there should be quite a bit of new stuff, lurking ahead. So I'm pretty excited. That said, this is also kind of a weird episode in that I'm turning to the game because I'm feeling a little bit down, and I'm hoping that 999 will be a little bit uplifting, or at least get me a little bit more excited. So hopefully that's the case. A lot of times if I'm not really feeling too energetic or anything like that, I will refrain from recording, but, well, this situation is the opposite.
もしも今の推理が正しいとするなら、ニルスが殺されたのはいつだろう?
Alright, Junpei asks, let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed? When we all split up to look for the Reds, I think. Didn't we already see this? I think so. And that means none of us have alibis? Yeah, I definitely remember that. Anybody could be a killer. Well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? June seems shocked. How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is killer. Actually, two of us. Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least two of us are murderers. Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? Huh? Oh, I was gonna. What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, as in suspecting other people of doing things rather than being suspicious himself. That's weird. I've never really been forced to think about two different meanings of suspicious in that regard. Like suspicious as in suspecting other people of doing things, versus suspicious as in being suspected of doing things. Interesting. What Zero wants. Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and a loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero's trying to make us fight against one another for that victory. Then you're saying that Zero's trying to split us up by making us fight each other? Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations. Then, does that mean that the person who killed Snake... Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. I know this is very much a conversation we've already had, but I'm afraid to skip for the sake of, just because I don't want to miss any potential new text. Somebody mentioned that the game probably should and might stop the speed up when I get to new things, but I also don't want to chance it, right? Good question. Junpei hadn't really considered that. If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us. Was Zero still on the ship with them? Rather than say I wasn't sure, or Junpei wasn't sure, of course. Of course he was. That was obvious. But I don't... Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought. Where could Zero be hiding? Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crossing across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting, moaning noise. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. Poor Clover. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone. I think Zero is one of us. One of us. One of us. Also, can we talk about that sound effect? All the quick panning to all the characters that are shocked. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? Was he one of them? Well, that's possible, or that's crazy. That's crazy. Isn't this ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Got a bit of a cold, unfortunately. Why the heck would he do something like that? There's no motive. Clover looked up at Junpei and her face fell. You don't believe me. Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong, but perhaps the way he'd said it had been. Ain't that the truth about like 99% of disagreements? He'd been too insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she'd also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he'd said. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. But before the apology could begin... Clover, I... Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us. Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly. But you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing? I mean, it's kind of a 50-50, right? Like, do you know that Zero is trying to manipulate you in that manner? If so, then do you intentionally go against it? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a lot to think about. Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence... More time has passed. They heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. It's 3 in the morning. That means we have 3 hours left. That we need to move, now. 7, Clover. I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now, it's important we trust one another, don't you? 7 and Clover remain silent. Hopefully now we're moving on from this conversation, we'll get some new stuff. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away. Huh, interesting phrasing. What were they looking at? Off into the speculative future, maybe? We must go. We have very little time left. Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going. Our next destination is Mercury. And to Mercury we go. Music. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury Key card. Oh, that's the...
シャ
Yep,
ワー室を捜索している時に見つけたものだ。
I found it in the shower room.
水星のマーク。なるほどね。
I see, it's got the Mercury symbol. Really now. He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. Made a small beep and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
さて、これで準備は整ったな。
Now we can go. 7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator. Here we go.
入力できる回数ボタンは2つしかないようだな。
Looks like there are only 2 floor buttons working.
C とボトムか。
C and bottom. The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
そのはボトム。
Time to head down then. Junpei hit the bottom button. The door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to the right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end, but not a regular dead end. We have the door
リングドア。
number 2. This is a numbered door.
2の扉だ。
Yeah, it's door 2. Immediately, they began to discuss who would go through it.
決めるべきは誰と誰が組んで2の扉に入るべきか。
So who should go through the door this time?
さっきみたいに置き去りになるだの、取り残されるだの、そんな話はもうしなくてもいいよな。
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
そうね。ナンバリングドアの先に進んでも、どこか別の場所で合流するようになっているんでしょうし。
Right, it's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
これ以上無駄に争うこともないだろう。
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
ということは調査隊として中の様子を見てくるのは誰かってところだね。
We should figure out who's going in first.
ではまずは立候補を募ろうか。
Very well, would anyone like to volunteer? I do. I want to see what's in the 2-door. Oh, I'll do it. The first to speak up was 7.
俺も行かせてくれ。
I'll go too. Alright, so we got the number 5 and 7, so we're at 12. Which means we're gonna need to get, what's it called? 8 more added, so probably Lotus as well. I don't see any other way, any other combination. Yeah, so it's gotta be Lotus
そ
is
れ
the
なら
last.
私も行くことになるわね。
Then I suppose I need to go too then. Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was by default the 3rd member. Yep, little root of 2. Wow,
それじゃあ
so much less stress going through this door. Alright, we're taking off.
気をつけてくださいね。
Okay, please be careful. June's not like, but Junpei and I need to go through the door with you. And they're not like, wait, but whoever goes in there might not make it to the dead and die, or something like that. And then flashback to, you know, the 9th man.
て夫婦かよお前ら。
Jesus, you two are acting like you're married, you know that? Oh, blushed, aw. June blushed. So did
バ
Junpei.
カなこと言ってんじゃねえよ。
Don't be silly, cut it out. Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away to pull the lever on the red. In they go. Time to sprint down another hallway. The door opened. As they'd come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side. Oh, short hallway.
行きましょう。
Alright, let's go. Lotus was the first through the door.
Oh.
Yeah,
行くか。
let's do this. 7 was next, and Junpei brought up the rear.
今度はどこだ。
Where the heck is it this
向
time?
こうには見当たらないわ。
I don't see
あっ
it.
たぞ、すぐそこだ。
There it is, it's right there. Didn't take long. Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. Again, I've talked about it every time, the anticlimactic Red Dead segments. Oh man, they really survived that one. It stopped.
止まったわね。
Yeah, it stopped. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. That makes one of us. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
いつまで経っても慣れんな、この感覚は。
Man, I'll never get used to that.
俺は慣れたくなんてないな。
Not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
バカげたゲーム。慣れる前にとっとと抜け出してしまいたいよ。
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
ちげえね。
Darn right.
さてと、
Alright. Junpei looked around again.
短い通路にドアが5枚か。
This hallway is pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. I'm curious to see what the number 2 area looks like, because this, at least in one of the other endings, is where Clover kills so many
左
people.
手に3枚と
3 on the left,
右手に1枚。
and only 1 on the right.
あとは突き当たりに1枚だな。
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
一応1枚にカウントするか。分厚い鉄板に覆われているせいで開きそうにないが。
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're going to get anywhere that way. After taking a look around the room himself, Seven spoke.
さあ、探索開始だ。手分けして調べてみよう。いいな。
Alright, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
ええ、わかったわ。
Yes, no
了
problem.
解だ。
Sure
それ
thing.
じゃ、俺は一番手前から行くぞ。
Then I'll take this first one. Seven nodded them and stepped into the room closest to him.
私は真ん中にするわ。
I'll try the one next to it. At last, Junpei was left alone.
それじゃあ俺も始めることにしよ
Well, I guess I better get started too. He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Emergence. Ah. Wow, I thought we were gonna like walk into one of the rooms and then it would be the escape room there, but no, it's just right into it. Okay, confinement room, front hallway. Let's see what we got. Wow, this definitely does not look like the most pleasant of places. What the heck's this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's trying to look like water. Can we pick it up or something? Okay, there's a drawing there. What's this? There's a little tile in the drain. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to pull it out of there. Might have to use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out. There's tile stuck in the drain. Probably need to, I don't know, make it float or cause some backup from the drainage. Looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much Seven turns that thing, no water's coming out. Has the water been shut off from somewhere else? I wonder. Any of the markings on the wall? There's a partition here. Maybe it's for privacy? I wonder. Let's check the bed here. Man, this is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore. Can't say I'd want to sleep there. What's underneath the cover? There's a dirty blanket on the bed. Is there anything under the bed? Any monsters? Clover, are you laying down there? What's on the other side of the bed? Or the partition? Hello? Can I not? Can I really not? Okay, there we go. A toilet paper tube, huh? I seriously doubt I'm gonna need this for anything. However, we're taking it, because we're definitely gonna need it. This part is thinner than the rest. In fact, this doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of this thing. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple turns. Here we go. Huh. Screwdriver shaft. Okay. I guess that works. And what do we have on here? Symbol on the toilet lid, huh? Seems a little fishy to me. It's a sun symbol, but it doesn't look like the ones on the doors. Interesting. Darn, this toilet's pretty nasty to begin with, but the inside's even worse. Honestly, I'm amazed you could bring yourself to touch it. Huh. There's way nastier stuff out there in the world than a gross toilet. You're a real deep thinker, aren't you? 07. Alright, I think that covers what we can really deal with. Hey, this handle's pretty loose. Loose? Think it'll come off if you pull on it? Great, so we're gonna make our screwdriver that way? Fell off. Huh, look at this, that handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. Huh, I wonder if we could combine these two. So if I just stick this metal rod into the handle, got ourselves a screwdriver. Cool. So let's take a look at the piping. I can't click on it there. For down here. Can I really not? Wow. It doesn't look, at the very least, like I can get to a point where I can actually click on the pipe. I'm trying to click on it there, but it just takes me to that view. So, alright, well, oh, I didn't even realize there'd be more stuff. Oh, Huh, what the heck? It's not opening. We only noticed the 2 screws on top of the drawer. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It's a suspicious drawer. Alright, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, Junpei. Sweet, got the screws off. Now we can open the drawer. That we can. I already took the screws out of the desk. I wonder if we hang on to the screws. There's nothing in here. Well, maybe the drawer is what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. Anything on the back? On the bottom? Inside? We can search it to be safe, but there's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Maybe there's a hole somewhere and these bumps line up with it and trigger a hidden switch or something. Hey, we've seen weirder stuff. Doesn't seem that far-fetched. Honestly, you know, maybe not too far off. Okay, anything else worth acknowledging here? The chair is pretty old. 7 cent on it, it'd probably break. Huh? You say something? Nothing at all. Hey, it's alright to be a big guy. Alright, on to the next room. So, this also looks like water something, but it's obviously a bit different. Somebody made some wavy blue lines on the mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. Nah, I'm a bet not. This drain is kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they made it that shape for a reason, or just for fun? Definitely just for fun. So these sinks, they're on opposite sides of this wall, right? No, it's not just the sinks. Everything's opposite, like a mirror image. So that's normal if you're both using the same water pipes, right? Can we turn this on? There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we should be able to get water to come out of this thing. Thanks for really spelling it out, Lotus. Okay. Oh, that was not what I wanted to check. I wanted to check the bed. Oh, a towel. And these images look awfully familiar, guys. Okay, I don't know exactly how to interpret it just yet, but that bed looks cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. Slap. My Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry. You're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. That's really funny. Alright, let's check out what's behind the partition over here. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. This paper seems to be pretty old. Ew, how the heck can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. Yeah, I mean, we gotta investigate, Lotus. Half-used toilet paper? Well, it's old and it's kind of grossing me out, but there's nothing suspicious about it. We got ourselves a nice moon symbol. A moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? Okay, I'm remembering it. I refuse to touch this. I refuse. What the heck's wrong with you? I don't want to touch it, ever. Okay, we'll turn around, because there's probably a desk. Yes. This one's got like a plus symbol on it, which is worth noting. There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right, though. The handle in the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? I'm pretty sure this is a knob slash like handle for the faucet. Let's see if we can search it. So there's a mirror on the other side of this drawer. Interesting. It's kind of an odd shape, and it looks like someone attached the handle with a screw after the fact. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely combine this with, which one was it? This one? No. This one? There we go. If I use the screwdriver on the screw at the center of the handle, maybe I can. Woo! We got ourselves a knob. So between these two, right? So this one's obviously a mirror. This one is something to do with these bumps or, yeah, handles or whatever. And then we've got this, which we maybe want to put in front of the mirror or something. Either way, I'm going to work from known to unknown. So we'll start off by cycling through, get the knob, and we can use that there. Sweet, the handle I got off that drawer fits into the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Except, is anything going to come out? Oh, it is. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Anytime now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, did anything change? It water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Okay, so the sink is totally filled with water. I think the main thing we're gonna want to do now is check out the place we just were to see if it backed up on the other side as well. It did, and that's how we're gonna get our tile. The tile looks like another one of those the puzzles, which I forget who it was mentioned that the rings around the different like circular plates were the colors of the metals from the gear that I got them for the correct order. I didn't have to like work my way through that as hard as I did, but it's okay because I enjoyed it for what it was worth. But Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. What the? He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead.
おい、どうしたんだよ、セブン。
Hey, what's going on? You okay, man?
すごい汗じゃないか。大丈夫か？
You're sweating like crazy. Are you alright? He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Yeah, what's going on? Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs.
大丈夫だ。ちょっとめまいがな。
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all. Just out of nowhere, his face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his
大丈夫
shirt.
って。どう見てもそうは思えないぞ。
Yeah, no kidding. That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. How's his heart
本当に
doing?
平気かよ。
Are you sure? You don't look so good. Seven didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Did he have, like, a stroke or something? Finally, he spoke.
どうして俺はここに？
What am I doing here? Huh? His words made no sense.
何言ってんだよ、セブン。
What are you talking about?
2の扉を開いて、俺たちはこの部屋に忘れちまったのか？
We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
いや違うんだ。そういうことじゃねえんだ。
No, that's not what I mean. He shook his head several times as if trying to clear something from
少
it.
しな。記憶が戻ったんだよ。
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. Interesting.
俺はここに来たことがあるらしい。
I think I've been here before. Oh, really now? So that makes you, Clover, Santa, Snake, although Snake I think was at a different facility, but have all participated in this area before, or this type of game, or on this ship potentially before.
だからこの部屋に来たことがあるって言ってんだよ。
I said I've been in this room before.
来たことがあるって。いつ？どうして？
You were here? When? Why?
青いライトノナ。
Aoi, Light, Nona. Suddenly, Seven was mumbling to himself. They were words Junpei didn't understand. They're probably people's names. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off and Junpei couldn't make out what he'd
なんだ
said.
よそれ。
What the heck was that? Seven's brow furrowed furiously and he ground his teeth back and forth.
もう少しなんだ。
It's right
あ
there.
と少しで全てを思い出しそうなのに。
I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't. Seven stopped, frustrated. That would be incredibly frustrating. He pulled his hat off and ran hand through his hair. Then suddenly, he looked up, his eyes wide.
そうだ。実験。
That's right, an
こ
experiment.
の船で実験が行われてたんだ。
There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
実験？実験って何の？
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
操る。人を意のままに操るための実験だ。
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
なんだよそれ。
What the heck are you talking about? Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared as Seven
青
continued.
いライトノナ。
Aoi, Light,
さっき言っ
Nona.
たのは実験の被験者となった子供たちの名前だ。
Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean.
他にも 4,5 人はいたはずだが全員の名前は思い出せね
I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names.
え。
Yeah, I mean, we heard a little bit about this from Clover before, right? About how they were trying to put people in this type of situation because they would have the better ability to access the morphogenetic field or something like that. I forget the exact details, but yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here. Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements. Experiment. Huh? Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case? That's right, was he a policeman? Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei. Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped. Wait, under this bed. He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again. The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one. I don't know if this is a clue for this puzzle, or if at large, it's knowledge that the people that were on this ship before have insight into secret passages or other ways of getting around that go beyond what we as the player would consider. At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer.
一体何を思い出したって言うんだよ。
Hey, what exactly do you
一人
remember?
で納得してないで俺にも教えてくれないか。
Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here. Seven stood up slowly. Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much
それでも
sense.
構わないよ。断片的でもいいから教えてくれ。
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then. Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important. Okay. Here we go. Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke. From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
刑事？
A cop? Yeah.
少年少女連続不明事件について追っていた。
I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago.
知ってるだろ、あの事件のこと。
You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
ああ。あの頃俺は中学1年生。
Yeah, I was still in
詳
school.
しいことはよくわからないが、概要くらいなら。
I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it.
確か
Missing, where have these
当時の俺
16
と同い
boys
年
and
ぐらい
girls
の子供たち
disappeared
が
to?
突然行方不明になっちまったんだよ。
I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared, and nobody knew why. Do I recognize any of these pictures? No. They're not meant to look like the actual anime in-game characters. They look like actual Japanese people.
新聞でもテレビでも連日のように報道してたっけ？
It was all over TV and the newspapers, every day.
セブンはあの事件を？
So you're saying you were investigating it?
そうらしい。
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
で、捜査を進めていく間に、
And I guess I found something.
クレイドル製薬って名前の製薬会社が事件に関与してることを突き止めてな。
There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. Of course, it was Big
そ
Pharma.
の会社の内部の人間から情報を引き出すことに成功したんだ。
After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for
そ
them.
いつはこう言った。
Interesting. I think it was...
今夜 X 埠頭から船が出る。子供たちはその船に乗せられ沖合に停泊している大型客船と連行されるらしい。
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore. Yeah, that had to have been it.
そして俺は
Yo!
戦闘へと
Seven! Seven looking so cool. Yeah, that's why I went to the wharf.
物陰に身を潜めて様子を探ると岸壁に一艘の不審船が横付けされているのが分かった。
From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he
そ
was
の船
talking
上
about.
と周囲にちらほらと人影が見えてな。
There was a bunch of movement near it, and by the looks of those bags, I'm not so sure those are filled with just, sand or some random supplies.
どうやら黒いスーツに身を包んだ男たちが大きな袋に詰め込まれた何かを
Men
船
in
の
black
中へと
suits.
運び込んでるみてえだった。
Many of them were carrying large bags.
その重量感、たわみ方を見て俺は悟った。
The bags, there was something about the way they moved as they were
間違いね
carried.
え。奴らが運び込んでいるのは人だ。
No doubt about it, there were human beings in those
気
bags.
づいた時にはもう俺の体は動いていた。
I moved before I realized it.
物陰から
Seven
飛び
just
出し
couldn't stand
銃を
by
構えた。
the injustice. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
動くな。
Don't move.
だが次の瞬間、俺の後頭部には
What?
硬い金属が押し当てられていた。
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
銃を捨てろ。
Drop the gun. Wow, so he was already found out.
撃鉄の下げられる音が頭蓋骨に直接響いた。
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. Well, there's not really much you can do in that situation then.
俺は声に従い、ゆっくりと足元に銃を置いた。
There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground.
その直後、
Then suddenly,
首筋
Hit him over
に
the head with
鋭
it.
い痛みを覚えた。何か針のようなものを突き刺されたらしい。
there was a sharp pain in my neck, a needle,
注射か。
a drug, fitting for a pharmaceutical company. And then he woke up on the boat himself, I'm sure. That was my last
頬
thought.
には冷たいコンクリートの感触があった。それを最後に俺の意識は途切れた。
My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. Yikes.
硬い床の上で俺は目を覚ました。
I woke up on a hard floor.
さあ、頭がガンガンするぜ。
Darn it, my head hurts.
どこだここは。
Oh my goodness, Seven, you look so funny here. Where am I?
粗末なベッド。薄汚れた洗面台。
Gotcha. I see. A small shabby bed, a dirty sink,
ドアのついていないむき出しのままの便器。
a toilet with no
どう
privacy.
やらそこは刑事である俺にとって馴染みのある場所のようだった。
I'd seen it countless times as a cop.
独房か。
I'm in a cell, huh?
便器の反対側の壁には一枚の扉があった。
Facing the toilet was a door set into the
俺
wall.
はよろめきながら身を起こしてその前に近づいていった。
I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it.
扉に手のひらをついて前後左右に圧力をかけてみた。
I pushed and pulled on it, but
開かね
it won't
え。
open.
当然だ。独房にぶち込んでおいて鍵をかけないわけがない。
Not like I expected much else. Who'd be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it
何度
unlocked?
か体当たりも食らわしてみたが無駄だった。
I threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. Uh-oh.
だよな。
Looks like Seven's got to seek a way out on his own. I knew it.
俺は一人つぶやいてその場にどさっと腰を下ろした。
I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. Poor guy.
それからどれぐらいの時間が経ったか。
I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows
俺
how
の耳
long?
にふとかすかな声が届いた。
Then I heard a faint voice. Huh. There is over. It's
声
9.
は遠かった。なんて言ってるのか聞き取ることはできなかった。
The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying.
それは確かに俺の鼓膜を震わせていた。
But I could hear one, which
変
is the
声
most
期を
important
迎え
part.
る前の甲高い声。
It was pretty high. Probably a little kid. Time to take action. Hurry! Over there! Okay,
声
coming.
は一つじゃ
Probably.
なく重なり合って響いていた。
It It was several.
複数いるな。5人か6人か。いや、もっとか。
I hear 5 or 6, maybe
どこ
more.
だ？どこから聞こえてくる？
Where are they coming from?
キョロキョロと辺りを見回し、壁に耳をつけてみた。
I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it.
違う。こっちじゃねえ。
No, that's not it. What? Go? Now?
左か？
Left?
左のベッドの下か？
It's coming from under the bed?
鋼鉄のフレームをがっしり掴むと、力任せにベッドをひっくり返した。
I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there you have it, the hole.
見つけた。
And there it was.
ベッドが置かれていた壁の下の方に金網に覆われた通気口があった。
The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate.
腹ばいになって奥を覗き込んでみたが、暗くて何も見えやしない。
I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see
だ
anything.
が、その先から声が聞こえてくることは間違いなかった。
But I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming
そ
from.
ういうことだ。なんでこんなところに子供たちが。
Hold up. Why are there kids
思
here?
い出したのはクレイドル製薬の内通者の言葉だった。
But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
今夜 X フ島から船が出る
Yep.
子供たちはその船に乗せられ沖合に
Tonight a
停
ship
泊
is
している
sent
大
to
型
take the children to a large passenger liner. Yada yada yada.
まさかここはその大型客船の中だってのか。
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship?
とにか
Yes,
く
you are, good sir.
どうにかして子供たちのところへたどり着けねえもんかと俺は
It
考
didn't
え
matter.
た。
All I knew was I had to get to those
その
kids.
時目に入ったのは金網だった。
I checked out the metal grate.
いけるか。
Could I fit? I don't know. Seven's a pretty big guy.
指を鍵爪のように折り曲げて網の目をがっしりと掴んだ。
I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it.
そして
And then... Yikes. It's really pushing.
ざまめろこんちきしょうが。
Yeah, how'd you like that?
目の前
Nice.
には
Really got it.
ぽっかりと開いたダクトの
Finally
入り
got the
口。
thing off.
俺は額に吹き出した汗を拭って早速その奥へと潜り込んでいった。
Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. And that's all he's got for now, it seems. Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent, and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank. Hey,
その後はどうなったんだよ。
what happened after that? He'd waited long enough. But Seven shook his head.
わからねえんだ。こっから先が。
I don't remember what happens after that. I'll have a chance of remembering in the next episode. I don't know what I was thinking there, but as I just tried to get Seven to say, we're gonna be calling it here for the time being. Is really interesting to see Seven's background, that he was a cop and how he's tied to the experiment and was on the ship before, and you know that a lot of his memories are coming back. I think what's interesting is to speculate whether or not these memories had come back at all during the other timelines, or is it specifically because he's in this room that his memories are coming back, not just simply a function of time, right? I'm not 100% sure. I would say it's probably because of this specific room, but regardless, it's a really cool backstory, and honestly, I think we're pretty close to finishing this puzzle, so pretty soon we'll be moving on from room number 2, ? And seeing what lies after that. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. But until the next episode, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.